at 9, the head of the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority is resigning. Her exit on the heels of a vote to strip the agency of its funding. Plus, chaos on Wall Street. President Trump's tariffs tanked the markets, and there are new threats of rising prices for almost everything we buy. And a wayward whale makes itself at home in Long Beach. The giant visitor drawing in crowds and baffling local scientists. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pat Harvey. We begin tonight with the homeless crisis and the second major shakeup this week at the government agency that's supposed to solve it, but that critics say has failed, wasting billions of dollars in taxpayers' money as people die on the street every day. KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is here now with more on this.
Yeah, these are big changes, Pat, and very political in the sense that you have a lot of support for the person who resigned. We'll get into that in just a second on the city side, but not on the county side. And so these tensions are really increasing here. So we're talking about LAHSA, Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority. Now, earlier this week, LA County leaders, you might remember, they voted to strip the authority of its budget and its staff, saying it's time for a new agency and a new approach to the crisis. Well, late today, LAHSA CEO Lecia Adams Kellum resigned. Lecia Adams Kellum, the CEO of LA County's Homeless Authority, or LAHSA, is resigning. The move comes just days after county supervisors voted to gut the agency of its funding.
This resignation, I think, points to the larger problem that I think almost everybody agrees on, which is that the system is broken.
Matthew Umhofer is an attorney with LA Alliance for Human Rights, a coalition that is suing LA City and County, claiming leadership has failed to adequately address the homeless crisis.
I think that it does start with accountability. If you're going to spend a taxpayer dollar, you need to know where it's going. You need to know that it's serving the purpose for which it's being spent. And these audits have shown that that's not happening.
When county supervisors defunded LAHSA and took control of its budget, they cited multiple audits showing LAHSA lost track of billions of dollars over the years. Much of that was before Kellum took over, but supervisors said even under Kellum's leadership, there was a lack of transparency and accountability. And just last week, Kellum was a no-show for a court hearing in the case brought by the LA Alliance.
I can tell you certainly that if the county had confidence that LAHSA was being well run, it wouldn't be pulling its funding.
In a statement released Friday evening, Kellum said in part, "I'm incredibly proud of LAHSA's talented and dedicated staff and deeply grateful for their tireless work. I thank them and the commission for the opportunity to serve as CEO and for our partnership in reducing homelessness in our region." Kellum was chosen by LA Mayor Karen Bass, and Bass opposed the decision to defund LAHSA, as did multiple members of the city council. Kellum also had support from LA City Councilwoman Nithya Raman, who chairs the council's Committee on Homelessness. LA City leaders also point to data showing a slight decrease in LA City and county street homelessness last year. And this year's count, done just a couple of months ago, shows a 5 to 10% decline countywide, according to the preliminary numbers.
Everybody who's involved and really looks closely at these kinds of things knows that these counts are very subjective, and they're very hard to rely upon in a meaningful way.
Kellum will remain in the role for the next 4 months until a replacement can be chosen. LAHSA is not fully shutting down. It will still handle things like the homeless count, but much of its other functions will be taken over by the county's new department on homelessness. Pat.